Hey everybody, it's your old pal Fritz. Just wanted to give you a heads up before we get into the episode. This week we had a real tight recording window and not a ton of troubleshooting time, so we ended up with some internet gremlins this episode, and impacted our video and audio, but the content was really good, so we wanted to still share it with you. We're also investing in a new platform that should help alleviate those things going forward. But our guest this week was so awesome, we had to put this out. So please enjoy.
Okay, welcome back to Podcast The Hero. This interview is brought to you by Zach, the Black Power Ranger. He's missing a finger. In the year 2000, he's missing a finger.
Why?
I don't know. He's just missing a finger, and if you look close, you can see it. Now, my intro. In the year 2001, Mr. Trevor Riley had just been gifted godlike powers by the Wishmaster, and with those powers he began to behave like a veritable Zordon. He searched the world far and wide for a bunch of teenagers, but instead of giving them power crystals and the Power Rangers' powers, he instilled in them the gift of rock and roll. When united, these teens would form a Megazord of sorts. Actually, it was a band, but the band was called the Megazords. While Trevor was assembling the Megazords, Rita Repulsa and Lord Zed were also busy assembling a rock monster of their own. The two bands met in the middle of the city, and the damage they did to the city while they battled was nothing shy of a national tragedy. As so often happens in the real world, evil triumphed over good that day, and the Megazords were defeated handedly by Rita and Lord Zed's creation. That band was called Light This City. Our guest today is lead singer of Light This City and Heartsounds, Laura Nichol. Welcome to the podcast.
Hi. Bravo, that was amazing.
Everyone who comes on the podcast gets a very stupid intro.
I listened to Trevor Riley's episode, so I'm a little bit familiar with his history there with the Wishmaster.
Yeah, because he pretty much claimed that he created Heartsounds.
Do we want to go into this right off the bat?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so 100%. He can absolutely take full credit for that. If Trevor Riley, if a Wilhelm Scream did not exist, Heartsounds would not exist. That is 100% accurate.
That's amazing.
When I was like 12, 13, I got into punk for the first time, but it was like Sex Pistols, kind of X-Ray Specs type stuff, and quickly kind of evolved into like the Misfits, AFI, kind of like the spookier punk, Nerve Agents, and then around that time is when I met Ben, and we got really into hardcore, so loved American Nightmare, Hope Conspiracy, Poison the Well, but the genre that kind of really set everything off and captured our hearts and was like our true love was absolutely metal. And that was like kind of the longest lasting, kind of like deepest running obsession for us music-wise. And so we were like right in the midst of that when Trevor from the Black Dahlia Murder, who we were friends with, introduced us to a Wilhelm Scream. And I remember just listening with Ben and being like, what the fuck? Like, I feel like Trevor in his episode said something about that. Like, when you're listening to something and you're just like, what the fuck? And it was kind of that. It was like, what are we listening to? Like, what is happening? But at the same time, just so fascinated and kind of like taken out like to a 30,000 foot view of everything and just kind of like, what are we doing with our lives? Like, this is insane. It really was like a really profound moment that I can remember in the van, listening to Mute Print. And that definitely like set something off and sparked something. And we went on to play metal for a while after that. But I think when like the city ended, we were like, okay, we're fucking more than ready to, you know, play the style that we've been wanting to play for a little bit, which is this punk that we just had our eyes open to. But if you want to get into some insider baseball shit, I can tell you another moment that kind of sparked Heartsounds.
Fuck yeah.
Yes, please.
So it's another song. It's not a Wilhelm scream, but it is another kind of visceral moment that I remember Ben and I listening to a song together and having our minds blown. And that was the song Born on the FM Waves by Against Me off, I believe, their album New Wave. And it features Tegan from Tegan and Sarah.
Sick.
So when Ben and I heard that song, we were like, this song needs to be an entire band. Like this dynamic. I mean, at the time, Laura Jane Grace, the vocals Against Me, it was like the most like growly, gruff, like a very masculine energy, like very, very like punky, just dynamic and energy. And then it was juxtaposed with this like higher pitch, like kind of melodic sing-songiness from Tegan. And just the way that those two came together in the song, we were like, okay, either Tegan needs to join Against Me or we need to like try and fulfill some sort of void here. I'm not saying that like Heartsounds did that by any means, but that was what we were going for. We were like, this needs to be just an entire band.
Yeah.
So
that's amazing.
Trevor can have most of the credit, but like maybe just a little bit to Against Me and Tegan and Sarah.
That's awesome. Because like one of the things that drew me so quickly to Heartsounds is that back and forth vocal, like the dual vocal going at all times. I don't care. Any combination of that is amazing. And that's definitely where I got really interested in Heartsounds.
I had never really heard anything like that before I heard that song. I mean, I know there's bands out there, like I heard Shiny Toy Guns in recent years kind of has that going on, but I just had never really heard anything that on the extreme ends kind of like just coming together so perfectly.
Yeah, it always comes out kind of like a feature, it feels like, like there's someone featured in the song, similarly to Tegan in that Against Me song. It's like maybe there for the song, maybe there for part of a song, but what you guys did so brilliantly was just like, that's the fucking identity of the band. It's in every song. It's like dual vocals. It's that wonderful combination and juxtaposition, and it's done brilliantly.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So, I love your bands because when I like metal, I like punk rock. I like to be able, like, when I meet new people or like I'm talking to friends about music or whatever, I'm like, oh, you're into punk rock? Check out this band. And then, oh, you're into metal? Check out this band. And it's like the same thing. Like, it's like, yeah, I can give them Light the City. I can give them Heartsounds. And I always feel like super great about it. Like, I feel like I'm introducing this great stuff to people. Oh, it's so exciting.
Thank you. That's so awesome. I hope that continues.
It's one of my favorite. You guys, both of your bands are like my favorite bands to share with people. That like I feel like I'm introducing people to this very cool club. So yeah, I did have a question about Dualistic Nihilist.
Yeah.
So it's like one track, one very long track. Like, how was that? What was the process like to record that in the studio? Like, did you guys ever try and do it in one take, or is it like super chunked up and then put together?
I don't think we ever were like, let's do it all in one take. You always want to try and go as long as you can.
Yeah.
When you're recording a track, and not mess up. But because with Heartsounds and with Light the City, because there's so many harmonies and just kind of like dueling vocals and dueling guitars and everything, it does work better with recording to kind of like give your everything to one kind of like section, and then maybe come back in and like start the next section with a full breath, or like with fresh fingers and whatnot. It's hard to remember back to that recording session. But also Zach Oren is such a wizard engineer. The way that we've always recorded with him has kind of been like, he'll stop you in the middle of something and be like, nope. Just no frills, no sugarcoating it, just like, nope, gotta do that again. So
yeah, I think that's a great way for a producer to be. And like, if you have that kind of relationship with a producer where they can sort of like, they feel comfortable being like, wait, that fucking sucked. Like it makes a better environment, depending on what kind of person you are. But my question regarding Dualistic Nihilist is, obviously, being a punk band, writing a almost 20-minute song, you're gonna get a lot of comparisons to The Decline, right? Was that like where did the idea come from? Did The Decline have anything to do with it? And was it intentional to make the song just a little bit longer than The Decline?
I love all the parts of that question. That's amazing. I think there's no way that The Decline couldn't have had an influence. Ben was a huge NoFX fan growing up, and so that's just always been in his DNA, I think. Sure, he's also a perfectionist and, always has had like extreme ambition. So I'm sure having it be a little bit longer was like a plus. Although I'm not sure if I don't remember that ever being mentioned, like this is something we have to do.
Yeah.
But yes, we've had a lot of comparisons, especially at first when we first mentioned it. But I remember Ben coming to me and just being like, I want to do something so outrageous musically. Like I want to do something that just feels like a monolith and just feels different than what we've done before, but like in Heartsounds. And I just want to try something that like might be impossible. And for him, it was, let's do a 20-minute song. And I remember him saying like, we need to do a 20-minute song. And I'm like, well, why can't it just be like 11 or like 15 or something? And he's like, no, it has to be 20 minutes. And
that's funny.
And I think
it doesn't sound anything like The Decline. So like really the only comparison is that they're long punk songs, and they're the only two long punk songs I can even think of. So that's where the comparison starts and ends, I think.
Yes, I 100% agree, and I think people see that. So that's why I don't think the comparison really like carried on for the legacy of it, of Dualistic, after we kind of put it out and we're playing it at shows.
What was that like playing it at a show, like to play straight through?
It's like, it was like giving birth, which I have done. It's the same.
I did tell Nuno that you agreed to be on this podcast and that it was the greatest achievement of your life to join this podcast, even though you had just had a kid, that this podcast was a bigger deal in the hopes of getting Nuno to want to come on. So I hope you don't mind
He lied on your behalf.
Nuno is never gonna be influenced by anyone besides like him and those close guys to him. So I don't think that me being on this podcast is gonna have anything to do with it. However,
I don't know.
say
I said that, and he said he was in. So,
hey, Nuno, come on this fucking podcast. I want to hear all your innermost thoughts and feelings and magic. I mean, that guy is pure fucking front person magic, top of the top. Like I forgot to say, Trevor Riley, the GOAT. Nuno, the GOAT. All those guys, just my number one. If you can't tell, greatest of all time.
yeah, Rody. PTH stinks.
I don't think that was a dig or anything.
It was 100% a dig at you, and I told Trevor I've seen Wilhelm way more than I've seen PTH live.
Listen, what I want to talk about, I don't want to talk about PTH one little bit.
Well,
I want to talk about Lords of the Trident. Now, when you search Light This City on Apple Music, I don't know about Spotify, but there's a band that comes up that has a song called Light This City, and they're called Lords of the Trident. And they are some special. Have you heard this band at all?
No, this is news to me. Wow, that's a great name though. Way better than Light the City.
I don't know. But like, Fritzy, if you could get that picture in the group chat or something like that, just so Laura could see it, because they're really pretty cool. It's like power metal via like, I don't know, Sonata Arctica, but not as sick. You know what I'm saying?
Not as sick as who among that?
I sent a picture to your phone if you want to see them.
My cell phone?
Yeah. Whatever phone number you gave me.
Okay.
Yeah, but I went and listened to them
That was my aunt.
today.
There you go.
Oh, you created a...
Okay, well, when it comes up, I will take a look.
Yeah. Take a peek, see at that guy.
No, but that's so exciting. What is Nuno's reluctance? Like, what's the holdup?
Beer league hockey, I think, keeps getting in the way.
Okay. I'm like, I gotta take care of my kid. I don't know when I'm gonna be able to have childcare. Nuno's like, hockey. Okay.
Yeah, hockey. Yeah. So, are you originally a Bay Area kid?
Oh yeah, born and raised.
Okay, so me too.
Oh, cool.
I'm a Bay
me too.
Area kid too. No, you're not. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Okay.
And you have worked for both the Giants and the A's.
The A's I did some volunteer work for. I don't believe I was like paid by them or anything.
But so you're a Giants fan versus an A's fan?
Yes.
Like if you had to pick, you're okay.
Yeah, I know I'm wearing green today, but I didn't know I was going to be asked that question. So, yeah.
I was going to ask you, like, what do you think about the A's moving to Vegas? Is that sad? It's sad for me.
Of course. I mean, it's never not sad, but there's so many politics with it. I don't feel versed enough to speak on it. Since I worked in baseball, I've kind of been paying less attention since I kind of got out of the industry. But I mean, and Vegas, I don't know.
Yeah. I just, I know everybody hates the Coliseum and wants a new stadium, and I think, yes, the Coliseum's a shithole, but it's our shithole, and we love it, and it's where I saw my first concert. It's where all that stuff. So yeah, I'm a little bit bummed about it. I used to, as a little kid, I used to record Bill King and Lon Simmons off the radio on cassette so I could listen to A's games in the off season.
Wow, you're a real a-hole.
I mean, I obviously know the announcer love because of Krug and Kipe, so I can totally relate to just being almost as obsessed with the announcers as you are with the team. But that's adorable. I love that.
And also Krug and Kipe, and then Miller and Fleming on the other side, they are the best in the business. Like, San Francisco is so lucky to have that because they are the best in all of sport. The way they mix innings and switch back and forth between TV and radio and then come together at the end of games and like do the post game together. It's the best. It's hands down the best in the game. People in the Bay Area are very lucky to have that because most places, not that good.
What was the first name
that
you said there? Did you say, what was the first name you said, Fritz?
Crooked Kite.
Crook and Kite?
Dude, that's the one. What? That sounds like a slur.
Wow. Funny you say that.
Dwayne Kuiper and Mike Krukow.
And you'd run them together like that, and they sound horrible.
Yeah. Well, there was news recently about Kuip's brother.
Yeah.
Got in a little trouble.
Got in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
I've seen Moneyball.
I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you guys off the bat, I have a really loud laugh, so if there's any sort of issue...
fine.
No, it's fantastic.
I've seen Moneyball. Yeah, accurate.
Big fan of Scott Hatterberg over there, Rody.
No,
oh, yeah, Chris Pratt.
Those guys, too, those four guys specifically, Krukow, Kuiper, Miller, and Fleming, are all just as fabulous of people as you could imagine, and would, listening to them for all the games and everything. I've met them and been around them, and they really are like truly genuine, awesome human beings.
That's so great.
Wow.
That's the best. To learn that thing about people that you really like, to find out that they're like awesome people also, the best.
And I will say, like, Miller especially. Love that guy.
I mean, yeah, the guy's kind of like, I mean, they're all legends, but like John Miller, especially having been on ESPN and everything and doing all that, like the dude's a serious legend. I want to go back to a little bit of music stuff. So,
just a tooch.
I'm sorry. Your SG, do you still have it?
Oh, 100%. Will Levy from the story so far tried to see if I would sell it to him, and I absolutely told him no way.
Okay.
I'm like, you can borrow it, you can play it on tour. I'm sure he would love getting out of the house, but you cannot have him. Or purchase him.
Okay, so 2 questions about it. I think I sent you an Instagram post years ago, like a message. It was like, I want to know about it because I'm so fascinated by it. But what, like, over the years, what mods have you done to it? Like, none? It's just stock.
It is stock, yes, but as I learned from Will, who gave me its full history, as if that was going to be something that's, swayed me into selling it to him. No, he told me that it is super special. He had one and then sold his and then could not find another one again and had trouble finding it. It is super, super special. Let's see, I haven't done any mods to it. I mean, the random kind of cosmetic thing with just like tuning pegs and I don't know, just like the regular maintenance, but nothing super special. Is Ben gonna I feel like Ben's gonna listen to this and have so many corrections.
He's gonna be like, no, actually, we replaced the pickups. And yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
The second question is, why is Pelham Blue just the sexiest color for a Gibson guitar, right? Isn't it just, like, it's the best?
So my guitar is called The Wave. That's his name. That's what all the guys referred to him whenever, did you get the wave? Did you get wave out of the venue? You got wave. And then when we were going on tour, I knew that I needed a backup guitar, and I just have always loved SGs. I love, especially like the neck is just so unique and specific. And I feel like, just the weight of it and everything. So I wanted to get another SG. And we went into this, I wish I could remember the name of it now. You would probably know it. It's in San Francisco. It's like a mom and pop music store, but super, I feel like it's in south of Market, Soma. But Ben and I walked in there, and there was this purple sunburst SG. And when I saw it, I was like the song, like, "Who's that lady?" like was playing in my head. And so that's Lady, and I have her as well.
Oh,
and
you
she's
bought
a
it.
little more finicky, so she never took over as my main, but she was a great backup and gorgeous.
That's awesome. I don't think I've ever seen a Purple Burst SG.
Yeah, I'll have to send it to you. The technical model name is the Goddess model.
Seriously.
Cool.
I'm Googling. I have a lot of guitars. I have but also I'm like not a working musician, so I have a really hard time justifying spending money on like real
Cool
good,
stuff.
yeah, expensive stuff. So I mostly play like Epiphones and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just always fascinated by how people connect to their instruments. It's fascinating to me.
Yeah. The Wave was the first big purchase I ever bought for myself around Christmas time.
Did you buy it new?
Yeah, in Guitar Center. Yeah, it was, I think, 2008
so awesome.
or 2009. So I was like 20, maybe it was earlier than that. So I was like 22. Yeah.
That's so cool. Oh. How do you scream? And can you teach Rody?
Yeah, I don't know how to
Because he's
scream.
real
101.
bad at it.
Yeah, I'm bad at it.
That's so funny and not true, by the way.
Oh, like honestly, every time I'm on stage or in a studio, I'm like making it up again. There's no technique to anything I do. I'm just fucking screaming my ass off.
No
So
way,
if you
really?
have some technique or some tips, I'd love to hear them because I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know if you're messing with me. Like, have you?
He's not. He is 100% not messing with you. He
I don't know
has
how to
no
do it.
idea
Sometimes-
how to do it.
I used to drink milk so that my voice would get like, but then I'm lactose intolerant as fuck, so I can't do it anymore.
Oh my god, were you one of those like singers who threw up on stage like Bert from The Used?
I used to throw up on stage a bit, but that was mostly alcohol. But yeah, like, do you have specific techniques that for screaming? Do you like? Is there like, or are you one of those people that's very lucky to just like feel it and know how to do it? You know?
Well, without sounding too much like a douchebag or wanting to sound too much like a douchebag, I would say both. I started when I was 15, and that is actually something that I was like thinking about preparing for this and just kind of thinking about back on those days. My role in like the city, I do feel like at the top of my game. Like I feel like it does come naturally to me because I've been doing it for so long, because I did it during my formative years. It does feel like it has been kind of like melded into my DNA. And it feels really good on stage and in the studio and everything. But at the same time, Heartsounds just has this extra intrigue and interest for me because I don't feel the same way about my role in Heartsounds. I feel like it's way more of a fucking challenge. Like if I've pulled out my voice for Light the City for random shit out of the blue, thinking multiple times, like, what is this going to sound like? There's no way I'm going to be able to do this. I need all this practice beforehand. And then because of one thing or another, I just haven't been able to get that practice or rehearsal in. And it has been zero problem for me. And that was such a relief when I realized that. I think I realized it after like Terminal Bloom, which we didn't get much rehearsal in for. And I did that after like, I don't know, 10 years or something, or a long period of time. And I loved that performance on that album is probably my favorite one from for Light the City. And then I pulled it out again for guest vocals on one of Ben's records after that. And that was like a few months after I gave birth. I really didn't have any time to myself or any time to rehearse. And I went into the studio and was able to fucking knock it out, pull it out. And so that gave me a sort of confidence in that role where I was like, okay, I'm just going to be able to do this anytime I want to for the rest of my life. And this is awesome. Yeah. And I'm not trying to say that like, oh, you know, I'm so great or I'm this or I'm that, but I'm just saying it in relation to how I feel about my role in Heartsounds and the confidence I have as a musician. They're two completely different things, but that is absolutely what makes Heartsounds so intriguing to me to think about ever doing it again. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. I mean, it's a completely different skill set, right? And one comes to you quite naturally, so it's like you can sort of just access it whenever you want versus I don't know. Singing is like there's a lot of different dimensions to it, right? And it's like a completely different fucking feeling in your throat. And it's like if you haven't been practicing that, it's difficult to just like belt it out the way you used to, you know? Like it's kind of one of those don't use it, you lose it sort of vibes.
Yeah. Do you guys remember that movie Josie and the Pussycats from like the early 2000s?
Of course. It's like the greatest movie ever. Yeah. Especially the soundtrack.
Yes. So apparently before that movie, they all went to this like band boot camp to learn how to play the songs and play instruments.
We're gonna rock, dude.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what I would have to do if I ever joined up with Heartsounds again to like play shows or record an album.
Go specifically to the Josie and the Pussycats rock camp.
That one specific place. I mean, yes. that's not far off. We like Tim from PTH likes to stream on Twitch before they go on tour, and like he'll just sit down and go, well, I haven't played these songs in 10 years. I got to figure out how they go, and I have to like relearn how to play all the stuff. I think that's probably about right. And Rody does no rehearsing.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's just singer shit.
But I just fuck it up on stage is what I do. You know, like you go out on a tour and it's like, I'm just bad for the first like week and then I'm okay after.
I bet you're exaggerating that in your head.
Maybe. But my question is when it comes to like you're performing with Light the City or you're performing with Heartsounds, you probably warm up. Do you warm up or you got that gift where you just don't have to warm up at all? And if you do, how different is the warm up given the different jobs?
They're exactly the same. And actually this kind of goes back to you asking about like any tips or techniques. Whether you're singing or whether you're screaming, it's the same muscles. So it's your diaphragm. And that's the most important thing, I think, to warm up when you're doing singing or screaming or anything like that. So I do a lot of breath work to just kind of get my lungs in shape for the show and mellow out. And like, I think that if you just have that foundation, then that's going to set you up for success. And then I do a few scales for Heartsounds, I think, like singing.
Yeah. Cool.
And definitely like for Light the City, like 3 or 4 beers. For Heartsounds, because of the technicality of the fingers and the fine motor skills, 1 beer tops.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also kind of minimum. You know what I mean? Like you gotta have that 1 beer to get loose.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely done shows though without the beer. I know I'm like surrounded by it right here, but no, that is actually one of the really fun things about Light the City though, is, you know, just being able to fucking take some shots, go on stage, go off. But Heartsounds, no.
Yeah, I can't even try to move my fingers that quickly, or my fingers don't do that. They're big and dumb and slow.
Oh,
I know, it's sad.
Ben
it's
always
so sad.
Makes fun of my like alien fingers. They're really long.
Well, Zach from the Power Rangers is missing 1 finger.
No.
This one especially is really long. Okay.
You have 1 really long finger?
Well, I have 2. My pointer fingers are really long. So I used to do this to freak Ben out. I would go like this and put my pinkies out like like two, like a metal sign for those who are just listening. And then I would just like flip it around and do the pointers, so the other way. And it's just such a like stark difference. It's so weird looking. So I don't know what's going on with that. But hopefully my son didn't inherit it.
Wow, those are incredibly long index fingers.
Yeah, bar chords are nothing for you. You just...
Oh my God, no. Ben fucking writes these songs where it's like 6 frets in between. And you're just like...
He doesn't let you. He makes you have to do all the stretches and the... I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know how people switch between complex chord fingerings so quickly. Like, it takes me like a half an hour to be like, does this finger go here? I can't do it.
Yes, I think it's called
I guess
articulation
practice, right?
and dexterity.
Practice.
100%.
Yeah.
That muscle memory.
Ugh. Practice.
Laura, when it comes to writing lyrics, obviously in Light the City, you just write the lyrics. But in Heartsounds, how does it work? Because you got 2 different people coming in, you're singing the same song, the lyrics go perfectly together. Is one person composing the lyrics, or are you writing them together?
That's a good question. When we started Heartsounds, I wanted to be, like, in terms of the metaphor of, like, the distillers, let's say. I wanted to be the Casper Rose to Ben's Brody Armstrong, or Brody Dahl. So I wanted him to be the lead singer. And I think, to this day, I'm just like, thank fucking God he's the lead singer. Like, I listen to the other day, I'm like, thank God Ben is the lead singer. But that kind of went the same with the division of lyrics, too. Like, I would say it's like 60-40, him doing vocals and lyrics and me doing vocals and lyrics. And we kind of always sang our own songs that we wrote, although there are a couple songs that I wrote that he sang lyrics wise, and I think there might be 1 or 2 vice versa. So I think the way that it was all everything everywhere all at once. Ben and I would write lyrics on our own. We would come together, put them together. We would write lyrics as we were going through songs. I mean, it was just like writing with him is just, it's like water. It's just like, it comes so naturally. We've been doing it for so long. We could pretty much do any sort of technique at this point, and I think it would work out.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, like, the two of you have been writing together for so long that you have an excellent writing relationship, I would say, and seems like you got it figured out.
I was so pleasantly surprised when I first read Ben's lyrics. I think it was not until after Light the City broke up that he showed me some of his own lyrics that he had been writing for another band, which came to be Heartsounds. But I was like, it was one of those things where your friend comes to you and they're like, look what I did. And you're just like, fuck. Is this going to be like, what is this going to be like?
How am I going to tell him this is terrible?
And I just remember being like so blown away and just so like, I almost felt proud, like, maybe I rubbed off on him a little. No, but I was so happy and continue to be so impressed by his lyricism.
How did you get into doing audiobooks?
Oh, yeah.
Because both of us want to do that.
Yeah, right over.
That's what everyone tells
Like the
me.
dream.
I feel like I'm going to come off like such a douche by the end of this interview.
No way.
It's just this specific thing, it really truly fell into my lap, which I'm eternally grateful for. I feel so lucky. But it was nothing that I worked, even like lifted one little finger to do. I was at a Light the City show in New York, and this guy came up to me, Light the City fan, and he was like, hey, I'm a producer at like a big publishing company. Would you ever be interested in doing audiobooks? I know you've done some podcasts with Ben, and I know you know your way around a recording studio, and I love your voice. So like I could basically like get you into narration. I was like, sure. Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah. Of course. That's so sick. Like, that's the dream.
Oh
You know,
my
you're out
God.
on tour and someone offers you some kind of job where you don't really have to do anything.
God, I feel like that's just like set the tone for the rest of my life. I'm just like, okay, where's like my shit now? Like, where's my this? Where's my that? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that I really feel so, and I still keep in touch with him. He moved on to a different role at a different company where he's actually working with authors that narrate their own audiobooks now. So I don't get as much work coming through him as I used to. But I still would love, I mean, I still plan to do more audiobooks someday, but it used to be kind of more of a steady stream. And until I write my own book and maybe work with him.
That's right.
Fritzy was actually going to start narrating tablature. He's going to do the Sheet Happens tablature for Dualistic Nihilist.
That's like some ASMR. I've been bugging Ben to sit down and write like a joint memoir with me. I really think that would be cool after everything.
I would read it 100%.
I would as well.
Don't do some shit,
I don't know.
man.
I don't know. I'm not entirely convinced Rody can read. I think he's just memorized a lot of words.
I haven't even memorized that many. I know my sight words. You know the sight words?
That's amazing.
Yeah, I love him. Rody, I love you.
Nah, don't lie.
I do.
I'm a huge Rody fan. I think this podcast I listened to, I think the one with Tim, your guitar player, and I listened to Trevor Riley's. When I was listening to the one with Tim, it was cracking me up because these ideas that come out of Rody's brain are like so amazing. Like there's the I think it was the podcast where you first told Fritzy about the Halloween tour idea, and I haven't listened to follow-up podcasts because I just haven't had time, but I would love to know how that's evolving. Like, I love this idea of the thing that was cracking me up is like the prize that you get for winning the Halloween contest at the show on the tour is you give Rody your so he always has,
you have to sacrifice your costume.
A winning costume every day.
Yeah, I would love to just go in and promote that tour a little more. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's like the funniest thing was that I didn't realize that it was gonna be a Halloween, like it was gonna exist around Halloween. I thought it was in the summertime. So I thought the funny part was that it was like a Halloween in the summertime thing.
100%.
And then Tim was like, no, it's in the fall. And I was like, wow, that kind of sucks because now it's like, it makes sense, but it goes until November 17th. So it's like, it's still going to be weird as shit when we're dressing as the Addams Family on like November 2nd.
This is such it truly is such a hilarious, brilliant idea for a tour. I'm like absolutely floored. It's so funny.
Well, thank you so much. I just not that stoked on touring anymore.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like I got to add something to make it fun for me and hopefully fun for other people as well.
Yeah, I feel you, dude. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm getting over a sickness. And I was just thinking throughout the whole sickness, like, what if I was on tour right now?
Yeah. Yeah, I have a really bad habit of like, I wake up in the morning and I make this sound in my throat. I go, and it's like, it's really neurotic and it drives my wife absolutely bananas. But it's because like years of touring and just like waking up and just like testing it to see if it's there at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, you know that like moment where it's like you just wake up and your voice is a little rough and if it's like gone, you can't make the sound and it kind of just goes,
Yes. Like oh my God, yes, that's such a visceral, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm always like testing for that, despite the fact that it's like, I don't got anything to do. You know, like I don't have to be singing or anything like that, but I constantly think about stuff like that. And I constantly check my voice and it makes me like anxious, really, really anxious.
Yes, that's wild.
I'm scared for you on the day that you wake up and there's just no sound.
Yeah. And then I haven't even been on tour. I'm just at home.
Yep. Yeah, you're just at home. You wake up one morning and you're just like,
yeah, that'd be super cool.
it'd be great.
Laura, when you guys are on tour, you stop at a gas station. It's like, hey, we don't got time to stop at Subway for lunch. This is your lunch stop. You know what I mean? Like that shitty gas station lunch.
Yeah.
What is your lunch at that gas station?
Ooh, thankfully that didn't happen too much, except in our first Japan tour with Heartsounds. I feel like we were only eating at 7-Elevens. Luckily, their 7-Elevens are stocked.
Oh, yeah, their 7-Elevens are sick.
So it was definitely like, I forget what it's called, but where it has the fish and the rice chunk like wrapped up in cellophane. That was like the go-to for everyone on that tour.
Like, that sounds so fucked. Like, you're at a 7-Eleven and you're getting a chunk of fish. But, I know it's good.
But in Japan, yeah, you don't really worry about it. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
But, but in America, I would say it would have to be, like, Gardettos, right? And, I don't know, like, one of those, like, little Frappuccino bottles.
Oh, that's little Starbucks bottles.
Those are so good.
Oh,
So sugary.
Yeah.
No, like, sad egg or anything like that?
Oh, no. I'll eat that at a bar. I'll definitely eat, like, a, what
pickled egg?
Like a pickled egg, like, at a bar, but probably not at a gas station.
Don't eat eggs.
I don't know.
I mean, it's probably better at the gas station. I'll eat them at both, but I prefer the gas station.
Okay.
Yeah, Rody loves a good gas station egg salad sandwich.
Yeah.
Dang.
Makes me sick every time.
Oh my gosh. I've just thought better of telling that story, but yeah, we've got. If you ever interviewed Ben on here, which I think you should, and you should have him back. By the way,
absolutely. We'd love to. Both of those things would be awesome.
But he will tell you definitely some gas station stories.
I have a food related trivia game.
Woo-hoo.
So I think I got this right, and I don't want to dox you.
Oh.
But the town that you live in right now is home to a restaurant that I spent a lot of time at as a child. It was like everybody's in my family's birthday, we would go to Trader Vicks. And so I have questions related to Trader Vicks.
Ooh.
And are these like real things, not real things? Okay. So here we go.
I was just there last week, so bring it on.
Good. Perfect.
Wow.
So you're going to get, I think you'll probably get most of these then.
Okay,
So Trader Vicks is known for being the birthplace of what famous cocktail? And I know Rody likes to play along, so I'm going to, even though you're going to know it right off the bat, I'll give you the
I've never even
answers.
heard of Trader Vicks.
Is it A, the Caesar, B, the Mai Tai, or C, the Moscow Mule?
Oh shit. My answer was gonna be, I know everyone thinks it's the Mai Tai, but it's actually the Chi-Chi, right?
Well, it is technically, I guess it's the Mai Tai. They advertise themselves as the creator of the Mai Tai, but
okay.
it is like, it's all the other variations of the Mai Tai too, which they have.
I was
going to
say, if you dare said it was the Caesar, I'd fucking attack you, dude.
I know. That's why I put
My
it on
great-granddad invented that in fucking Nova Scotia, Bo. Okay?
That's why I put it on there. All right, which of these is a real dish on the menu? A dookie plate, a poo-poo platter, or a toodle-root?
Well, it's got to be the poo-poo platter. I've been eating poo-poo platters all my life around the Bay Area.
They're so freaking good.
Yeah, the poo-poo platter is a real thing. It's not just at that
peanut
restaurant.
Butter sauce, the peanut sauce. It's so good.
I am dreading, like, the first time I have to really say that to my son, though, and be like, okay, let's get a poo-poo platter, because he's going to be like, oh, what?
Yeah, I'd be like, he's going to love it.
When you order the beef chocho, what special item do they bring to the table with it? Is it a steak knife, a human skull full of the special sauce, or a flaming hibachi grill?
What the fuck is this place?
It's the best.
You guys gotta come out. We'll all go. It's so fun.
Yeah, all right.
Is it the hibachi?
It is the hibachi.
Yeah, nice. I
All
do
right,
a lot of Benihanas too. So.
Which of these cocktails is a real drink you can order at Trader Vic's? The Golden Puka, the Kona Puffer, the Tutupo Tiki, or the Vicks Itch?
I want to say the puffer.
It's all of them.
Oh.
Yeah.
The itch?
Yeah, Vicks Itch.
The Vicks
Like
itch.
something that
Yeah.
you would rub like Vicks Vapo Rub on?
Yeah.
Is it like Vicks like that?
Yeah.
It's VIC.
They should make one.
It's just Vic. Because
They should make a super spicy, like minty spicy kind of drink and call it the Vicks Vapo Chug.
That
You know what I'm
sounds-
saying?
No, because you'd be drinking that like every morning with your voice stuff.
Oh, Vicks Vapo Chug. The final question is, what is the key ingredient to making the perfect grilled cheese sandwich?
Oh, I already knew this from before you. I don't know if you've asked anyone besides Trevor, but I heard that one. It's definitely
Everyone.
mayonnaise. It's gotta be mayonnaise.
We ask everybody.
But I will say, also try it on quesadillas.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I guess like anything that you melt cheese on, adding
Anything
mayo.
that's a combination of bread and cheese, you put mayonnaise on there and you got a better version of it.
Hell yeah.
That's amazing. I think it's time for gifts.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have this group chat. Do you have your phone handy, Laura?
Yes.
All right, I have this
Oh, and
group chat.
I never got the picture that you sent.
You didn't get it?
Here is my number. No, I'm just kidding.
Let me. I must have put it in wrong. I'll send this to Rody. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I got the friggin' Lords of the Trident.
You did?
Yes, that's what it was.
All right, let me find
This
out.
isn't even the picture I was thinking of them, but they look fucking awesome here too.
I'm gonna go listen after this.
It's not that sick, but it's not that.
It's not that sick.
It's not that bad.
All right, I need to look at this.
Okay, I'll say what else I found funny when I was listening to the first podcast with Tim. It was, oh my god, fake band. I thought that was the funniest fucking thing I ever heard of. That sounds so annoying too.
Oh yeah, no, we were really bad. We were really, really bad.
Like I used to hate when our drummer would like start drumming when none of us had earplugs in, or like Holly was just over here like noodling on the guitar, like everyone's noodling all the time. I used to find that so fucking annoying, but like I think that would be really, really funny to all switch instruments. I love that idea.
But then like our parents were upstairs being like, would you guys fucking stop? Band practice is over. You're just fucking around now.
Yes. Oh, you gotta,
my
I mean,
God.
yeah, you gotta make it fun. Wait,
All
are
right,
you
I
guys
sent
are
it-
you guys coming to San Francisco or Oakland on that Halloween tour?
I'm fairly confident we're coming to San Francisco.
I have the tour dates. Unless you're adding a stop, you're not.
Oh, no?
No.
Oh,
It's Sacramento or LA.
oh, that's too far.
Wait, San Diego? Is that a one?
That's way farther.
That's like 10
My
hours.
comprehension of American geography is bad,
Oh,
despite the
man.
fact
I'm so bummed.
that I've done it a lot.
Well, maybe
All right,
I can take the Amtrak out to Sacramento. Maybe.
I sent you to your Instagram because maybe I've got your phone number wrong. But the one is from Rody to me and one is from me to Rody. So Rody, are we going to hold them up and show
Sure.
on the camera? Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
Now, this is the one, you want me to hold up the one you made?
No, the one you made.
Okay, well, the explanation for mine is a number of weeks ago, I made a picture of Fritzy that I call Spook 'em Fritz, where he's a ghost, but he's in a sheet and he's got dirty old feet. And then I got it tattooed on my leg, and now I've drawn a picture of him in a poo bath. So I call it Spook 'em Fritz takes a poo bath.
I don't like it.
And I think that's all my presents are going to be, just different variations of Spook 'em Fritz.
it lends new meaning to the term clawfoot tub.
They're Fritzy's feet.
They're not. My feet don't look anything like that.
Oh, buddy.
I can't believe I freaking did that. I'm never going to live it down that I showed up at your house and had bare feet.
He had bare feet in my house, and that's exactly what his feet look like.
Did you forget your shoes?
No, I was wearing shoes, just I wasn't wearing socks. And then I was like, I should take my shoes off to be polite. And then I went, I don't have any socks on.
Polite.
Oh
my gosh. Okay, wait, so where are his glasses?
Oh,
yeah.
He doesn't have glasses. Spook and Fritz doesn't wear glasses.
Spook and Fritz doesn't have glasses.
Oh.
I also forgot his crow feet. Just realizing that now.
He has visual powers in the afterlife. Okay.
Here is, and it's going to be hard to see, but it's cheese. I made Cheese's face on a cheese.
Yeah.
It's
I recognize
by Fritz.
where you took that picture from as well. That is a picture of me and I was taking a nice picture with my wife and child.
How do you know that?
I recognize it.
Why do you know every picture that's on Instagram?
It's a very specific set of glasses that I was wearing at that time.
Don't know those things.
And I wasn't super fond of it because I looked like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
Oh, so are you guys putting this shit into like Mid-Journey or what's that like AI thing? Is this AI art?
No, I just made that. I made that in Photoshop.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know, you guys. They're so different. They're so, they're something else.
Rody, you realize you've set a precedent now. You're going to have to get the poo bath added to your tattoo.
Wow.
You're going to have a poo bath on your tattoo now.
I'm not going to. Listen, I already got the tattoo.
I will say that it seems like there's a story behind poo bath, and I am a big fan of hilarious poop stories. Like, nothing will set me off laughing like more than a fucking funny ass poop story. I think it's because of all the years touring with dudes.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you just get in a group and you're all just either telling which hand you jerk off with, or you're telling a funny poop story. Like, that's literally a conversation I've had with almost every band out there.
Yeah. Or you're just fucking pooping. You're experiencing a poop story. They happen like every day.
So I guess I'll go with poop bath because it's just more in my wheelhouse.
Didn't get cheese doesn't win it.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I'm used to
don't
it.
apologize to him.
Rody always wins.
Not always.
Always.
Aww.
Sometimes.
Most of the 90% of the time. It's okay.
Step it up. You gotta step it up.
I know. And every time I think I do, he like goes and gets it tattooed on him or something. Like, freaking.
That was an expensive gift.
Yeah. And I thought we weren't supposed to spend money on these gifts.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, that was the thing at the beginning. So now you have to, in order to even it out, you have to send me the money that you spent on the tattoo too.
Ooh,
so that,
or have a handicap for next time.
Yeah, or
that.
Donate to charity.
Peel it off. Wait. Now I'm spending doubly?
Yeah. You shouldn't have done it in the first place. Now you got to make up for it.
I don't believe in charity, man. I don't believe in it. Okay. Oh.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I love it.
We're supposed to say, now you have to say a thing now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know the thing to say?
Yes.
Oh, do you know it?
I know it.
She already knows.
I'm going to get it right.
Okay. Hit us with it.
Eat shit and go fuck yourself.
Woo! Yes!
Very well done.
Yeah,
Very
that was
well
great.
Done. First shot,
I love
no
it.
prompting. Knows
It's the first time we've never had to say anything.
Oh,
I fucking love it. I'm obsessed with it.
good. So fucking good.
Lord, thank you so much for your time. This has been fucking awesome.
So much.
Thanks, guys.